And now at 10, a soggy night across parts of South Florida. It was hard to walk, drive, or even fly through this rain. Some people braved the streets. One family you see here wading through the water, shoes in hand. Some areas got hit with several inches of rain. This is video from Miami's Flagami neighborhood during rush hour. Tonight, the rain has pretty much gone away, but some areas remain flooded tonight. Good evening. We start our team coverage tonight with CBS Miami's Steve Majeri. He is live in Flagami. And Steve, even though the rain has stopped, still it looks as though we've seen a lot of flooded areas there, right?
That's right. Just about a few hours ago, Jim, this whole street was flooded and you could barely walk through it. And now it's just reduced to some puddles, but it shows that some of these drains here are still really backed up. And this really just threw a wrench in people's commutes. And for those traveling, we're actually not too far away from Miami International Airport. It also delayed and canceled some flights for people.
Danny Ortiz says the water never got high enough to keep him stuck at home.
A lot of people get stranded here when it gets pretty bad.
But it was low enough that some drivers thought they could power right through it.
This is the problem right here. People are just going super fast, like a jet ski. I don't understand.
Somewhere beneath this water is 59th and 60th Street. The flooding quickly backed up drains, and Ortiz says he's used to it every time it rains. Once it subsides, he just knows he'll be left with more chores.
Got to clean the driveway tomorrow, got to blow it out, everything, you know, it's a problem, but, you know, it's how it is.
The rain left its mark on these houses just south of Miami International Airport. At MIA, the rain delayed more than 300 flights and canceled more than 20. There was both a hold on departures and a ground stop on arrivals for the afternoon.
Born and raised Florida, I don't mind the rain, but right now it's making me angry.
Mary Nimick says the rain kept her and George Westfall stuck on the tarmac for 2 hours after getting back from a trip overseas. They say that delay made them miss their connecting flight back home.
Next flight's fully booked, so I'm renting a car to drive to Jacksonville.
In this rain?
Yes.
And at least 120 flights were also delayed at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. And back here in Miami, here you can see the water has mostly subsided, but it did leave a big mess afterwards. And you heard that resident was really concerned about people driving through too quickly, creating all these wakes, washing water onto the front yards of people. Well, there's actually a new state law that was just signed into law back in July that would actually allow local law enforcement to ticket people if they drive through a body of water and create too big of a wake from that. You could actually, Jim, get points off your license if you're caught.
Important information to know. All right, Steve, thank you so much. Our team coverage now moves to Edgewater, and CBC's Miami's Anna McAllister. Anna, we know flooding has been a persistent issue there. How are things looking in that community tonight?
Jim, it's a lot drier now than it was a few hours ago, but we did speak to people who live in this neighborhood, and they say even the smallest rainstorms create major problems for both residents and drivers. A wet start to the week as rain poured down in Edgewater, an area notorious for flooding.
Oh, it's been a nightmare. It's gotten worse over the years, too, I have to say.
Catherine Wald has lived in Edgewater for 7 years, and she says when the showers start coming down, the problems start piling up.
Life kind of just shuts down when it rains, even just a little bit. You can't leave the apartment, you can't walk the dog, you can't do anything, and then there are cars that just get stranded, so it's a safety issue, too. It's really problematic every time it rains.
The streets in Edgewater often accumulate inches of water, creating issues for drivers, pedestrians, and furry friends.
I parked a block up the street and walked down with him, but we couldn't walk the sideway. We had to walk in the grass. That's how much rain water was out here.
You have a bad day? You don't like being in the rain? Ritz does not approve of the rain. Michael Lewis has lived in the neighborhood for 8 years with his dog Ritz and says cars get stranded nearly every time it rains.
Cars are getting towed. Water was up to the wheel wells. The wheel wells are people's wheels. That's how high the water was.
As Edgewater residents navigate yet another storm that saturated their streets. In Coral Gables, some tried to take advantage of the wet weather, taking a shot at wakeboarding in the water before almost wiping out. Edgewater residents tell us that the city usually brings pumps out to try to help get that water out, but they say more needs to be done, especially as we enter king tide season. But for now, reporting live from Edgewater, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.